Greetings everyone, Ray Landis here with another guitar adventure. It's been a little bit since I've posted a video, but I got to thinking about what I would like to share with you next. There's so many things that have happened since my last video, but today I want to talk with you about this little disaster, because sometimes you get videos about how somebody succeeded doing something and were able to bring a great outcome, and they don't tell you how they messed up along the way. So first I want to say that I am not an expert luthier. I do not have any formal training. I learned and tried out almost everything I know because of watching YouTube videos, and there's some really great guys out there doing some phenomenal things that I would never dream to have been able to do, and I'm actually starting to be able to do those. So just as a disclaimer at the beginning of this video, I am not a professional YouTuber, nor am I a professional luthier, but I do enjoy a lot of guitar adventures, and I think it's worth sharing with you, and you can laugh with me, you can cry with me, pray for me, because I'm still learning, and I'm excited. The mess ups, they kind of make you cringe, and they make you feel like that pit in your stomach, like, oh no, I've messed up something that, it's $100, but I'm going to tell you how prayer works, and especially when you're working with guitars. This guitar neck I purchased from a guy online, and it's a very nice neck. It's hard rock maple. It's got skunk stripe on the back. It's got the right shaped headstock. It's got a nice nut. The frets are really nice. It's very smooth, and it was about $100. I think it was $100 even, including shipping, and I thought that it was worth a try. It's got the, I don't know if you can see that with the light, but it's got the truss rod adjustment. The nut is at the heel joint. So very ugly at this point, but everything worked out great. So I'm going to tell you what happened. So I have some pictures I'm going to insert as well. This piece right here still has the intended piece that I put in there. They call that a bushing, and it's designed to be able to put in one of the vintage classic style, and it would go through like this, and you'd have everything in place. And this, I left this bushing in because I wanted to be able to show you how I messed up and got this outcome. So when I got the neck, I looked at it, I was really happy with it, and right away I tried to take the bushing. I'm going to move my camera down. Tried to take the bushing and drop it in, and of course it was not going to go in. The holes were way too small. So I don't have a wood bore. I've ordered one in the meantime. What I do have is a drill bit that is just a tiny bit, a very, very tiny bit larger than the bushing. I'm sorry, smaller than the bushing, because I wanted it to fit tight. So I'm going to put some inserts in and show you how I took my caliper and I was able to get a reading I thought was going to be, the tolerances were going to be good. But what I did is, because I don't have a wood bore, is I put this drill bit in and I turned it backwards because I've used this hard rock maple before and it's very brittle. Very brittle and doesn't have a lot of give. But I turned the drill bit backwards and I was able to get all of these holes drilled, and honestly they're immaculate. I mean, they turned out beautiful. They were absolutely, you know, beautiful, ready to go when I got done drilling. And again, I was turning the drill backwards. So when I went to put in the bushing, I knew that I was going to have to hammer it in, and I expected there to be just a little bit of give. But I found out that when you put these bushings into hard rock maple, you've pretty much got to get that hole like just the same size as the bushing. So I took my soft face mallet and I started to drive it in, and it went in okay until that very last hit, and boom, as I snugged it in there, this whole piece just popped right off. And that's just proof that this hard rock maple, as nice as it is, it's very brittle, and there's honestly there's no fixing this. I don't think there's any way that this can be fixed, because as you can see, it goes down into the neck a little bit right here. So I contacted the guy that sold it to me, and I told him what happened, and I showed him my pictures of my caliper, and showing him the size of the drill bit and the tolerances and everything, because I'll show you those. I'll drop those in if I haven't already done so. Very close. It was like a 3/100th or 3/1000th of an inch difference, and it was not enough. But when I showed it to the guy that sold me the neck, you know, he did feel like this might have been a little bit more brittle than it should have been. And he was so kind to send me another neck, which is in transit now. So this is going to be replaced, and I'm sure he'll be able to write it off. He does high production on necks, and I'm sure that he, you know, may every once in a while have something that you know, that doesn't go right, and he, you know, has a little bit of room to move. So very kind seller off of eBay. I'm not gonna mention who it is, but he's very good and very kind, and we had some conversation back and forth, and he was willing to give me the benefit of the doubt because of the tolerances I think that I use, and I've worked with this kind of a neck before, and it's very brittle. You got to be really careful, but there is a tool that you can use, and it's not expensive. You can get it from AliExpress or eBay, or even Timo, I think, has it. It's a wood bore, and I'll drop that picture in for you to take a look at. And that is something that you can use because it when you turn it in, you can just little by little try the bushing. Go ahead and you know, bore it a little bit more, try the bushing, and then, you know, you should be able to get the size right to be able to get that in there without chipping out the wood around the peg holes. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you. I'm going to use this neck as a practice neck because I've got this hole is kind of damaged already, but I've got 4 other holes here that I'm going to try a few things with and see if I can get the feel of this type of material a little bit better. And of course I can mess around with the truss rod. I don't have any necks other than this one that has the truss rod adjustment at the heel. I wanted to try that. There is a way that you can actually take that nut out of there and you can put a wheel on there, but you have to notch out the body at the neck pickup on a Stratocaster. and you can do that. Also, you have to notch out the pick guard, and you can put a wheel on there. But I don't know. I've never tried that before. I don't know how well that works, but I do want to try it. So I may use this neck to give that a try. Take that nut out of there. I wanted to share one other thing with you too. I've got another neck here that is one I've talked about on my channel a little bit. This one I got from China. It's a replica. It's not really a brand name. And the reason that you would want to buy brand name is because you got quality. You get the best quality with brand name. But this is a replica. If you want to call it something else, you can. It's not what it appears to be. And the problem is here is that the truss rod nut is frozen. I want to practice on this one too to see if I can get that out of there. There's a little wood piece that you can pull out if you're able to do it, and then you can get to the nut, possibly replace it. But this neck was perfect when I got it, and I put it on the guitar. It was on a build I did for my wife, and everything was great. The weather changed, and the neck relief needed to be adjusted. So I went ahead and tried to use an Allen key in there, and it didn't turn at all. Now, interestingly, I was able to get from Stu Mac one of these. Actually, I bought the whole set, and it's got a tapered shaft on it, and I can get that in there and catch it. It's tight, but it still won't turn. So this is frozen. This is not going to turn at all. But I contacted the guy who sold me this neck because I only bought it in January, and I explained to him that the truss rod nut was frozen, and a different seller, very nice guy from China, he actually offered to send me another neck. So he's going to replace this neck. I actually bought a neck from him, and he's going to ship it with that neck, and I'm going to get a replacement. Now, I already got a different neck for my wife's Telecaster. I bought a Squire neck off of Stratosphere and put that on, and it's perfect. You know, it's a lot better than this neck. But I didn't need another Telecaster neck at the moment, so he's going to send me a Hard Rock Maple Stratocaster neck that I can use on another build. But this neck, it was good, felt good, didn't need any fretwork or anything, but it turned out that the truss rod nut was frozen. So just, you know, even though it's got this on there, don't let that fool you. This neck is not the brand name neck, but it's a replica. And although it was good when I first put it on, I found out that I had issues with it. So you never know exactly what you're going to get when you work with stuff like that from overseas. If it's a replica, if it's something that's, you know, being presented as something that it's not, you have to beware of the possibility of it not being what you hope for. So I hope this helped someone. This is kind of like the agony of defeat, but prayerfully I was able to get replacements for both of these necks. So the neck that had the broken headstock, I'm getting a replacement for that, and then I bought a neck and he's going to send a replacement for this. So I'm going to end up, instead of having these two necks, I'm going to have three new necks. So what that means is more guitar adventures. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you for the next guitar adventure. Take care.